Cause anyone that heard about me, I know my mama worried about me. For those who have the nerve to doubt me, I'ma put it to you straight. Your boy doing good, your boy doing great, your boy doing shows going in.
Hi, this is Matreese Jeter, and I am here with Jay Nash. How are you doing today, Jay?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Hey, I'm fabulous. I cannot complain, not at all. Well, for people who don't know who you are and don't know what you do, can you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Jay Nash, JudyJae Nash. I am on the new season of Tough Love Coed. It's on VH1. It airs tomorrow. I have a radio background, did radio for 5 years, in Nashville, Tennessee, and in Huntsville, Alabama. So I am just like that industry-related girl, radio, television personality, and just super, outgoing.
Well, good. That sounds fabulous. So, Jay, I'll tell you what. You've recently moved from Nashville to Atlanta. What
Correct.
made you decide to move here, and what has the move done for your career?
Well, I decided to move to Atlanta because I felt like it was a good market. I mean, this is Black Hollywood. So I just felt like, hey, if I moved to Atlanta, which is roughly 4 hours away from Nashville, that right there will, enhance my career in the sense of, the drive, everything. Nashville's great, it's awesome. It's a wonderful market. But me, I was switching over to want to do television entertainment hosting. So I just felt like Atlanta would make that perfect market to just step foot in and then just gradually, just pretty much crawl before I walk.
Right. This makes total sense. Well, you're a mother, correct?
Correct.
My question. Okay. Well, do you have a son, a daughter?
I have a little girl. Her name is Faith. She's 7.
Oh, wow. How does she like living in Atlanta?
She loves Atlanta. It's a family-filled place. My daughter, she just sees people who look just like her. Nashville just really don't offer a lot of African Americans in a sense. It's very diverse, and it's good to be diverse. But, here she fits in great. It works for us. They have a lot of things to do here for kids. So, we're just, we stay busy. We have Boys and Girls Clubs. They have Six Flags here. It's just so much to do. Atlanta has a lot to offer.
Right. That's good. I'm glad that she's enjoying it. What are the pros and cons of living in Atlanta versus the pros and cons in Nashville? And what are your strategies for balancing those pros and cons in motherhood and career?
Oh, okay. So let me see where I can start at. Well, the pros of living in Atlanta is that a lot of networks are here in Atlanta. This is home for them. So it's really easy for me to possibly run into some potential A&Rs or people that's in, my particular field. Nashville just doesn't offer that in per se.
Right.
Another thing is, I have a beautiful chocolate drop. Nashville, if you're not really of African descent, like as African, and then you won't really necessarily see so many people who looks like my daughter. So Atlanta, we fit right in. It's like perfect.
Right.
It's home for us.
Right.
The dating scene is completely different from the cons of Atlanta dating scene. Is, honey, you don't know who you're dealing with. Down low brothers here. So you just don't really know. I mean, that probably works for Nashville in a sense, but here they just say that it's just a little bit more prevalent. You see a lot of people. You see a lot of people. And a lot of these men. It's dating here is just so much more different than any other market that I lived in. I'm originally from Indianapolis, so it's like, honey, you don't know what you're gonna get.
That is very true. I can definitely agree with that. That's for sure. And then about how do you balance your career and motherhood, and what's your strategy?
Well, it's really about making sure that my daughter gets that attention too. Balancing for me, it's taken a lot of time and energy to figure out a balance at that. But I have supportive family members, my mom, my sisters. If there's something that I need to do, and then they're there for me, which is awesome to have that backbone. In addition to that, usually if I had to host events, if I did radio, it would be during the day. If I needed to possibly host an event, it's usually when my daughter's put to sleep. So it's bedtime. And, as we do homework and dinner, whatever we have to go through, it's like, okay, bedtime, 10 o'clock, and then I'm out, and I try to make it back before she gets up. And that's when she rolls over 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever the case may be.
Right. That totally makes sense. Well,
it's difficult being a single mom.
Oh, I can definitely agree to that. I can definitely attest to it. So, well, tell me this. We met at a fun, exciting back-to-school event where you were volunteering your time. What other events are you involved in where you're giving back to the community?
In Indianapolis, I sit on the board in Indianapolis, the Boys and Girls Club. Here in Atlanta, I am actually going to be working within the Boys and Girls Club facilities out here in Gwinnett County. And, it's really fun. I'm really like that teenager, although I have a preteen. The teenagers really, gravitate towards me because they're like, oh, we got this young girl, she's this, she's that, somebody to look up to in a sense. So here in Georgia, it's always good to have that teenager, young girls appeal because they need us the most, and whether it's you have that sex appeal as long as you can turn it on and turn it off and you know how to present yourself professionally and of course, in a way of shedding light on still positive energy. And then I think that's a great thing. So I'm all about, I'm a product of the Boys and Girls Club. I come from being in the Boys and Girls Club my whole life, lived there, practically lived in the Boys and Girls Club. They were very supportive of me. They actually are a testament to me moving and relocating to Mississippi for high school when I got a scholarship to go down to Mississippi for high school from Indianapolis. So I wanted my daughter to definitely play a role and become, into that Boys and Girls Club field because, these kids need somewhere to go after, school. Give her, actually it works for us because my daughter she's like a little socialite honey and she is full of energy. So by the time I pick her up, girl, I'm trying to tell you, she's like, okay, drained. So homework and dinner and it's bedtime. So it gives her that little leisure that she needs.
Exactly. I can understand that. Well, what would you say to some kids, maybe some teens at the Boys and Girls Club that want to get involved in the entertainment industry? Like, what 3 words of wisdom would you give someone?
I would tell, that young lady or that young man be very ambitious. You have really got to network. This is a male-dominated industry. You don't want to go in thinking that, a pretty face is going to get you far. Pretty face brains take you a long way, and it's about making sure that you value your craft and you value your self-worth at the same time. I also will let somebody know that's trying to get into this industry that it's hard. It's really hard to maintain the support that you really need unless you're still focusing on what you feel like you need to do best out here. So just stay, driven, man. And women, young girls, value your self-worth and just go in with a creative thought and you go far.
All right. That's excellent advice. Excellent. Well, Jay, you are on this season of Tough Love Coed. Okay. How did you get to be on this show?
Well, it was a process. It was maybe about 2 months. It was a 2-month process, and they pretty much, Tough Love is about people who have. They say that we dysfunctional, honey, but I don't consider myself to be dysfunctional. Now, when I guess in the dating world, maybe I'm dysfunctional because it's so hard out here just to date. I mean, people are casually dating, so it's like when you're trying to look to settle down, it's so difficult because there's so many women out here. I mean, there's 15 women to 1 man. He has options and too many. So
exactly.
Yeah. So it was a process. It was awesome. several interviews, several Skype interviews, several photos. My story is a personal journey. It's a testament to what I've actually gone through in my relationships. And I, going on this boot camp was like, okay, he put me on these challenges, honey, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Right. Well, so what was the deciding factor, or what made you decide that you wanted to do the show?
Well, it was brought to my attention that they were looking for a cast, and from a very close friend of mine, and they were like, hey, you know what? I think you should apply because whatever reason. You have to find out the reason. It airs tomorrow at 10/9 Central. So you have got to watch the show to find out,
Definitely.
you know what, why did Jay get on this show? And like I said, it was a personal journey for me, and I felt like, I needed it. I thought it would be very useful for me, and I think it worked out some great wonders. So it was a great opportunity.
Well, good. Well, this season of Tough Love Coed. What do you feel are the pros and cons of having men and women on the show?
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see where to start. The pros are that you don't have to deal with 8 women, okay? Because you know how catty women are.
Yes.
that's number one, which is a good thing. Number 2, I thought it was really good. I felt like Steve really needed to have men on the show because I think they have like serious dating issues as well, So
exactly.
I think that was a pro for him. The cons is we're all living in a house together. So
wow.
you have to make this your home for 2 months. I mean, 2.5. We were there for 10 weeks. So
wow.
you have to make this home with 7 strangers and 4 of them being men. Come on, just imagine how that was.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, sounds like it would be. Well, you know what male cast members were you most attracted to, and why? And were you allowed to date cast members on the show?
I mean, if you have to watch the show. I can't give out too much information. Did I find a guy on the show to be attractive? I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that one. I don't think so, but I'm not gonna take anything from them. They just wasn't probably for me.
Right. Well, you know what? I happen to love the show, and Tough Love is one of those shows where you have to be wide open and honest and really take a look at yourself, your relationships, your emotional baggage, your bullshit, all of that. So that can be difficult to anyone in their own personal space, but how was it for you being wide open with the world as your audience?
Oh, my gosh. I kind of live on a platform where I'm pretty wide open anyway.
Right.
I gravitate towards people. I love people. So, that's one thing you have to love when you're in the industry like itself, So for me, I think it was a reflection of, I had a chance to really see myself because we would go into the rooms and we have the option, like it's not even an option. They show you what you're looking like or what you're doing or what you're saying. Me, I have a mouth, honey. When I tell you, I am liable to say any damn thing. And I'm like, okay, it's not necessarily that that's me or that's who I am. It may be an experience from a girlfriend of mine or some guy friends of mine, whatever the case. But for me, it was like, okay, so I'm just going to shoot the shit like I do any other time. And it is just what it is. I pretty much, I'm an open book. I'm very opinionated. I had a relationship show that, a talk show in Nashville that really got me to that point. And, I've always said that I've had relationship issues myself, but it was always good to be open-minded and talking with other individuals about their particular relationships or what you think that, what may help in their relationship. But for me, I think I needed somebody to tell me what I needed to do to, possibly be in a relationship with someone or give myself to someone. On the show, my name is Miss Shutdown.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, can you tell? I'm like, okay. Not Miss Shutdown in the attitude way, just Miss Shutdown, got those walls up. Mm-hmm.
I hear you. Well, look do you feel that you or the other ladies had a difficult time being real, and why?
Well, I think all of us had difficult times with being real, but Steve really just broke us down and built us back up. You know, I came in, and I know one of my girlfriends on the show that I'm really close with right now, you know, we came in thinking that we already know what we want. We already have an idea of what this show is about. I've never really tuned into the show. I did watch the show after applying a few times, but it was like I had my own perspective on Tough Love. And once I got on the show, I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm going to be this macho chick that I am and just, you know, F the world, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let this guy do this. Yeah, right? And got on the show, and he just broke me down. I'm like, hold up. You know,
he definitely has a way of doing that. That is so funny.
He's really good at that, man. This guy is really good at breaking you down and building you back up, and I give him all credit for that.
Right. Well, that's really good. Well, Jay, I know that also you are a radio personality. And when did you know that you wanted a career in the entertainment industry? And what would you say was your first big break?
Well, I've been in the industry as a promotional model for roughly 12 years now. So I either go to, like, events and, you know, pretty much post up in, like, a Walmart or something like that and sell Rimmel volume eyes or, you know, the hottest, like, the newest Ford car that was coming out. So I had already had that niche of being able to speak and talk to people. A good friend of mine had introduced me to the entertainment world on the level of television. Back in 2006, I had a boutique in Indianapolis for 5 years, and he was like, you know what, I think you'd be really good because you're just outspoken, you know, you can walk up to people gravitate towards you. I think this will be good for you. So I'm like, okay, you know, I tried it, ended up hiring a manager to run my store for me, and I did it, but I wanted a voice. I'm a widow, and a young widow, so I wanted to have a voice for the community or people that could, you know, I could relate to, or in the sense of single moms in general, you know.
Right.
So it all started there, and then just, I love music, you know. Music for me, it just soothes my soul, and I really wanted to get on the radio, talk. The format that I was on in Nashville was a AM format, but it was a community-connected station, been around for 63 years. Oprah Winfrey got her start. Yeah, Oprah got her started at that station. So I wanted that platform for the community connected. And then I would hit the highway and go to Huntsville, Alabama on the weekends at WEUP and do hip-hop, you know? So it was like he turned me on to it. I felt like I already had it in me. I just really needed to just, you know, just enlighten and inform people on certain subjects or certain topics. But yet, you know, on the weekends I could do a fun show and do some hip-hop, you know?
Right. And I know that at one time you did an old school show as well.
Yeah. The station, like I said, it was a community connected station. So, honey, I grew up in Indianapolis. Anybody who's from Indianapolis grew up on WTLC, honey. That's like the Isley Brothers, Bobby Blue Bland. We went blues. Yeah. So I grew up on the old school flavor. This new school music to me is news to my ears.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I tuned in one of your shows again, and it was an old school show, and I was like, you were having so much fun. It was like a real fun show. I wanted to listen all night, girl. So
yeah, it was fun. We try to keep it fun.
Well, that's good. I know that you also, like you already mentioned, that you do a lot of hosting. So I know that you're about to host a sip and shop event. What are the pros and cons of hosting events, and what's the craziest thing that ever happened while hosting an event?
It's called JPOW. JPOW, it's a boutique. I'm going to be hosting her sip and shop at Peter Maxfield, on the 31st of August. I'm going to be doing that event. The pros of hosting is, you know, people can actually feel and touch you. You know, there's this myth to me. Well, you know, people think that, you know, once you get on a platform, on a franchise platform such as VH1, that you just can't be touched. And me personally, I want to be able to be there or be at somebody's, like, that they can reach me, email me. I'll try to get back to you if I can. People post or say stuff to me on Facebook all the time, and I wanted to be able to get to them. The con is that you got all these artists, and I think people are really talented, but they expect for you to just play their music, and you're like, hold up, if I've hustled to get here, and then that means that you need to hustle to get here. What makes your music different? Yeah, what makes your music different from someone else's music? Another con is, honey, you run up on crazy people. You got stalkers. They're real life stalkers out here, and then you got people who got colds and stuff. You get sick.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what do you think is the craziest thing that ever happened while hosting an event?
The craziest thing?
Yeah.
Oh, let me see. The craziest thing that has ever happened to me. You know what? I don't know if I've had any crazies, like that, that would pretty make me think that people are just crazy. I mean, I'm crazy, so I don't know. People think I'm a weirdo. I'm crazy, so it's like, look, I don't know. What's your definition of crazy?
Well, I don't know. What was just that outrageous, or something that just made you like, what happened?
Well, I get a whole lot of that. Okay, so let me think. Yeah, I get a whole lot like, what just happened on this stage here? Just a big crazy thing. I was hosting a Big Boy concert in the rural part of Indiana for this huge, I want to say Indiana University, and we were on stage and just random, Big Boy has he has a diverse following, which I love, and randomly I had this group of guys just come and bum rush the stage. I'm in the middle. Yeah, I'm in the middle of. It's crazy, girl. I'm trying to tell you, they just bum rush the stage. You just imagine you being right in the middle of a stage, and you okay, our next performer, and then all of a sudden these guys just bum rush you on the stage, and all they just do a dance step or something that they wanted to do. But, honey, they had me, pushed off to the side, and I'm thinking, hold on for a minute. I just want to get home. You don't know what somebody going to do. I got a baby. Exactly. One thing I need to do is get home at night.
Exactly. I hear you. Too crazy. Well,
I know. I thought I was crazy.
I know you do voiceovers, too. And how did you – I'm interested in doing voiceovers. How did you get involved in doing them? And what do you like best about doing voiceovers?
I got involved, by being in radio. Sometimes you shoot commercials. Sometimes companies or, different consumers want you in particular to do their commercial.
Right.
I have my personality is huge. It's sometimes it's just, I'm afraid of my damn self, but I have a huge personality. So, when I try to do my voiceovers, I want to make it seem like when you're in a car and you're listening to it, that you can relate to it. Damn, I'm going to go pick that up right now because that Remy Gold hair, whatever it is a bomb.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So It's about how you present it. The presentation is everything. You could sell a whole lot of stuff and people don't even know who you are. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So for me, I just wanted to go ahead.
No, I was listening. Well, okay. Well, tell me, what kind of advice would you give me wanting to start in the voiceover industry? What advice would you give me as to how to get going?
I think that if you can create characters, that's one of the biggest problems that I've had was trying to create a character. Sometimes I try to play Stewie's mom or something like that. But if you if you have a character's voice, oh my gosh, that goes you can get paid so much for that. If you don't have, say for instance, okay, I produced Murph Dog and CJ Morning Show 2008 here in Atlanta after I graduated from broadcasting school. There was this guy called the Carmen Call. Carmen made so much money off of us because what we would do is these prank calls, but it's his voice, and he's acting like a female, but he's not. And that went nationwide. I would tell you that, dig into your inner self and try to see if you can create a character in your voice or just or a wild chick, you know, whether it being a voice character or a ghetto chick or, you know, a Chinese person, whatever, if you could create, like, you have to really just dig deep within yourself and just trying to find out, okay, let me separate myself from the masses, you know? Let me see what I could do that will separate me from someone else. So if you have that voice, which you have an amazing voice on the phone, honey, you do.
Thank you.
No problem. That voice right there goes it goes far. You can actually pitch yourself by just doing some radio drops, getting into someone's studio, doing some radio drops in Adobe Audition, possibly selling them, you know, send them over to program directors or producers for shows, and they will actually hire you on to do commercials, just regular news commercials, anything like that, if you can't create a character voice. So it's just that inner self.
I had plenty of character voices. Growing up in Alaska, we were bored. We had to do things. So making voices, and we were all into that. So that's great. That seems like it's right up my alley, girl.
Yeah, get your website. Just start doing like some little, you know, you don't want to give too much. You want to just give snippets, you know, like call, you know, pretty much have your girlfriend record you just, you know, in one of your little voices. And then just start putting them on there like an MP3 on your website. And once you do that MP3 on your website, at least people get a snippet of what you're saying. And, you know, you can
create that. That was really good. Well, also, young lady, let's see. If you wanted to leave your mark on the world, one thing that you would want everyone to know about you in the universe, what would that be? Just one thing about Jae Nash that you wanted to leave with everyone, what would that be?
You know, I just want people to know that I am so trill. I'm like one of the realest chicks that, you know, you would run into. I am a genuine person. So, you know, I want people to watch Tough Love Coed tomorrow on Wednesdays, each and every Wednesday night at 10/9 Central. Watch Tough Love Coed. You will see me in, you know, you will see everything from, you know, the craziness, you know, the shenanigans to the emotional side of me to everything. And I just want to leave a mark that shows that this girl is really a genuine-hearted person. She's very loving. She's very caring. And I want to leave those footprints on the world that say that, you know, what my daughter is a reflection of me. And when people, you know, if I was to go on off and get to, you know, heaven with my lovely father, I would just want my daughter to just always look back and say that, you know what, my mom was a true hustler in this industry. She never degraded or belittled herself, and that she made her mark for people to want to, you know, listen to her, want to hear her stories, want to listen, you know, all her little shenanigans, and just live off that to hopefully become just this aspiring, beautiful little girl that she is, you know? So I just want people to just love me. You know, I'm just a lovable person. I like to tickle ears and, you know, play, you know, kiss on cheeks and stuff.
I hear, and I'm sure everyone is loving you already, and we just can't wait to see you tomorrow so we can love you even more, girl. And tell me this. Where do you see your career and your brand in 3 years, and what are the 3 most important things that you must do on a daily basis to get you there?
Pray. Every morning.
Okay.
I thank God every morning, you know, whether I go out here and I have a drink right now. I don't even care. I thank God for another day that wasn't promised to me, and I thank him every day, you know, just that I have a child to look at, and that she's, you know, she's my responsibility, and she's the one who gets, like, this drive has really been accompanied by my child. And so, you know, all of that and above, like, you know, I can't function without making sure that, you know, all praises go to the Almighty, you know, Heavenly Father. On top of all of that, my brand, you know, I want to do entertainment hosting and host events and, you know, possibly become, you know, brand ambassadors for great companies that, you know, I'm pick and choose my battles with. I have a shoe and sole line that's going to be launching September the 5th. It's been my baby. It's been my baby for the past 2 years. You know, I wanted African-American women. It's something that they don't know about. I got so tired of being, you know, I'm in a club. So I got tired of being in these night spots and seeing these sisters take their shoes off and walk barefoot. And I was like, hold on. I got to target that market. So I have a shoe and sole line now called Foot Candy. It's off my line Heel Lovers. It also has shoe bags, too. So if you travel a lot, you definitely want to make sure you get a shoe bag. Don't put your dirty shoes on your clean clothes. But my very first product would be a lip. I want women to want to wear them. I want women to blow kisses with their feet, honey. I want them to, feel comfortable. It relieves pain, pressure off of you, temporary pain and pressure off of you while you're in your heels, give you a little bit more long lasting. You can wear them for some time. Yep, it's been my baby. My only competition is people like Dr. Scholl's. That's a market that nobody has tapped into. And I think outside the box, like I tell you, I'm just the craziest person. I'm just, I'm different, So it was like I want to be able to do this entertainment hosting. That's my baby too. Besides my little girl, my shoe and sole line, and this entertainment hosting, I'm looking to go far.
Well, that sounds awesome, and that sounds great. Like I think I need some of those. And what they're called, the shoe and stuff.
They're shoe inserts. Yep, they're shoe inserts for your heels. I did only heels only. With the first product would be the lip. We launched at the Black Girls Run Convention September the 5th and 6th in Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah, that's going to be. That's going to be my official launches in Charlotte. And again, it's about temporary relieving that pain, that pressure, honey. I want you to wear your heels. I want you to be happy wearing your heels at the same time.
Okay. That is an excellent idea. And the thing about Dr. Scholl's, they may work, but they're not sexy, girl. They're not sexy.
No, they're not sexy. And that's the thing. Why not have sex appeal?
Okay, that is so smart. I can't wait. I cannot wait. And what else do you have going on? If you could just let everybody know what other projects you have in the work. I know you did talk about some things. And also, how can we get in touch with you? How can we communicate with you? What's your Facebook, Twitter, all that?
Okay. My website is currently it's under construction right now. You just definitely have to follow me at Twitter. It's JaeNash. JaeNash. On Instagram, I'm promoting right now. My name changed. It's VH1JAE Nash. That's VH1J Nash. On Facebook, I'm at J Nash. Make sure you like my support page. I don't call it a fan page. It's my support page because I want to be reachable to people. I don't have fans. I have people who support what I do, and I'm thankful for everybody who support me on my little journeys that I've been on in life. Make sure if you're in North Carolina, if you can get to North Carolina September the 5th and 6th, come there. The line is called Foot Candy. It's going to be at footcandy.com. We're under construction for that as well. I just wanted to make sure all my ducks is lined up. I want to make sure my I's was dotted and my T's was crossed before I jumped out there. And with this right here is a game changer, and I'm super excited about it. I think it's a great mark to have that sex appeal when it comes with shoes because heels are sexy. So I wanted people to definitely have that sex appeal. I want everybody to make sure you follow me on, definitely on Twitter. I tweet back. I actually have something going on I actually follow. So make sure you hit me up on Twitter. I am J Nash.
Okay. Well, Jay, I just want to thank you. And do you prefer to be called J Nash or JudyJae Nash, or what's best for you?
Well, my name is Judy Nash. I don't ever go by Judy. What black person? People growing up, honey, my maiden name used to be White, Judy White. And people would be like, girl, listen, I got all kind of jobs with Judy White. I ain't even going to lie.
Okay.
So I did. But my name is J Nash. That's my brand name. It's been that way for the past 5 years. You call me JAE Nash. Judy, if you feel comfortable. If I'm in that professional environment, honey, I'll switch on you in a heartbeat. Would it go by Judy? But right now, I am JAE Nash. That's been my name for the past 5 years. I've adopted that name.
All right. Well, Jay, I want to tell you thank you so much for coming and letting me interview you. You've been awesome. You've been great. We're going to just keep watching you and supporting you, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow night on TV on Tough Love Coed.
Each and every Wednesday, 10/9 Central. You got it, boo.
All right, girl. Well, thank you, and I also want to thank you for being wide open and honestly spoken with me, Matreese Jeter. And do you have anything else to say?
All I can say is watch the show. It's going to be good. This is probably one of the best seasons that they've had. Pick up the latest Star Magazine the latest, the newest Life and Style magazine, OK Magazine. We're in there right now on the newsstands. When you make it to that platform right here, honey, you know you're doing something. So definitely make sure y'all pick up those news magazines, Star, OK, and Life and Style. Follow me on Twitter at I am J Nash, Instagram VH1J Nash, Facebook J Nash. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Patrice.
All right. Well, thank you too, girl.
Miss Drama think I want the fame. You can tell by my Jesus piece that I'm married to the game. Would I have jumped up on that plane and interviewed with you if I wasn't up on my game? That's the story of my life.